You are watching ILFL Soccer Nights.
Sponsored by Hawk and Eagle.
We've got the draw next week.
We're back. It's the ILFL Soccer Night, sponsored by Hawk and Eagle. Before I wrap up everything with the First Division, I suppose I should just tell you about the two games that are going to take place this Sunday. The First Division still has games to play, and here's two of them that are happening on 6th of April. That's this Sunday. They're the games between SCTA and Burdett. That should be an interesting game, funnily enough. And St Catherine's and Stepney B. Good luck to all four teams going out there. Finish the season on a high and play to a high standard. You'll notice that a couple of the teams didn't take part in fulfilling their league fixtures last week. And that's because, as most of you know, you took part in something called the Mayor's Cup. And we have two ILFL teams that made the finals of that cup. Rash, tell us a little bit more about it.
It's an annual competition which happens every year. This year's happened in April. We had teams likes of Stepney, Beaumont, Newark, Tamlets participating, and luckily for us, the two ILFL teams, Stepney and Tamlets, are in the final. It was a group format between 16 teams. Only the top team goes to the semi-final, and obviously our two teams made it to the final. So congratulations to Stepney and Hamlets. The finals next week at the Marlin Stadium, where our two teams will be fighting for the championship itself.
So that's next Sunday?
Next Sunday at Marlin Stadium.
Sunday at Marlin Stadium. Stepney could be a great precursor for you, looking towards the Champions Cup coming up later on in the month. That could be a good trophy to pick up. And for you, Tower Hamlets, finishing runners-up to my guest over here on the far right, you might want to get your own back and maybe have something to go away with and say, well, we did good this season. Stepney v Tower Hamlets, that is the final of the Mayor's Cup coming up this Sunday. The following Sunday thereafter, 13th of April, we have the Unity Cups. Nano, tell us all about the Unity Cup tournament coming up in a couple of weeks' time.
Okay, there will be two separate tournaments. One would be the Super Cup, which is for open age teams, and the other one would be the Legends Cup, which is for the veterans. As mentioned previously, the veterans is one of the highlights. We're looking at 16 teams, and for the open age we're looking at 32 teams. That's our target. It's still on schedule. We have plenty of inquiries and plenty of application forms, but I should tell you a lot of interest has been growing in recent days, and it's all looking good. It's all still on track.
While on the subject, next week's show we're going to actually do the draw for the Super Cup and the Legends Cup, so we'll know who's playing who, the format, and the fixture itself. So next week, very important to watch the draw for the Super Cup and the Legends Cup.
And if you've not registered your interest by then, you can't be in the draw, can you? So get your applications in, make sure you've signed on the dotted line, and you can be a part of the Unity Cup coming up. A big £1,250 first prize for the Super Cup winners. Interested, is that? £1,250 go a long way, didn't it? And £750 for the Legend Cup winners. That's the Unity Cup happening on the 13th and 20th of April. Thereafter, we've got a summer league to look forward to, and we still have the UK Bangladeshi Championship. Have we established who the two teams are to be going away for that one yet, Cameras, or is that still being discussed behind closed doors?
We're actually being held back by the organisers because 2 or 3 of the regions haven't actually, although they've shown interest, they haven't, like I said, signed on the dotted line and paid their coins and notes yet.
Okay, so
hopefully tonight, tomorrow, we'll know exactly how many teams, but we know there are already 12 teams, including the 2 from our London region. So if it means we put 3 in and 9 come from the other regions,
so be
then
it.
That's so be it, exactly. That's how
so be it. And I'm sure we'll have more news to tell you about that next week on the Monday Night Show. Azad, you spoke about the fact that you guys have been running since 2005. Clearly, you don't look old enough to even contemplate entering something like the Vets League. But I know you've been watching. You've been watching the show.
He's actually played in the league.
Well, I've been playing in the Vets League.
You see, there you go. You should have just taken the compliment and you just shot him down.
No, well, we actually had a Vets team there. I mean, even though we didn't win a game, it was good fun. I mean, I get my kids
making fun of me, saying, "Dad, you've never. How can you go in a game and lose all games?" Because. So yeah, we played it, but we enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. I have to say, even though I was coming, I had one guy coming down from play for us. He was living in Watford.
Wow,
He came along just to play in the Vets League, and unfortunately, because of transportation issues, he couldn't come all the way. But he made it to the half of the game. So it just goes to show, that what ILFL and the Vets League is done. It's
even brought people out of their beds in Watford to come and take part.
Yeah, so that was. I mean, we had most of our teams come from Kent, Enfield, all the players. They came from all of them. They weren't based in East London or Camden or stuff like that.
So it wasn't about just winning, it was about participating.
Well, yeah,
I think it was the buzz was there. I think that's what the Vets League is, such a unique project. It's so successful in the last 2 years. And it was never about, who's going to win or lose it. It's just about participating, being on the day itself. The atmosphere, the buzz, the 12 or 13 teams with so many people back in the 80s, back in the 90s, they'd come back together. I think that was a unique thing.
Yeah, as I said, I was talking to Nana earlier, all the team that was there, all the players that were played for us, I've met them while we were playing in the team. I've never known anybody before that, so that was kind of a nice way of getting to know people in a way. Networking, I suppose you could call it.
So you're going to take that forward now, the Vets team again? And listen, you didn't win a game, but hey, you can only get better.
Yes,
can't get any worse.
Yes, I know. Hopefully, we'll see how it goes.
Okay, you can look forward to that. And the Super Cup, you're hopeful of putting it forward?
Well, I'm going to speak to our manager, and hopefully we should be entering a team. We just left it to the last minute.
I know we spoke about it outside of air, but you are champions now. You have a certain responsibility now, and I know, like you were saying, that it's great being underdogs. Yeah, everybody likes to be an underdog because then there's no pressure. But so how does it feel then to have a little bit of pressure now, being First Division champions? High expectations.
Yes, it is. There is a high expectation, and hopefully, like I said, we can strengthen it up and don't see it as a pressure, but more of a challenge. Rather than a pressure, we see it as a challenge, and we've got to try to rise to that challenge and do what we know what we are capable of doing. I mean, we've played, like I think in SNT Cup quite a while ago, we played Bromley. But I know it's a knockout tournament, it's not as same as league, but we know we are able to compete with those kind of teams. And hopefully by participating in the Unity Cup, that will hopefully show us that we can. And then we've also got, trying to arrange friendlies during the summer to see, where we are, what we need to improve on, and how we can go forward about it. And hopefully, put a little challenge on Tigers.
ILFL Summer League is a prerequisite. It's all there,
it's all there for you. And cameras, it's great. I mean, from where ILFL started to where it is now, the length and breadth of London, the length and breadth of the country, players, teams taking part. It's just getting better and better for the league.
It's been a long, hard journey, David, I've got to say. But where the ILFL stands now, it's got a network of teams and friends all over the country. So what it needs to do now is continue that momentum, continue that hard work, and go forward. And when I grew up playing football, I'm sure you did and Rashid did as well, it was never about playing in your backyard of Tower Hamlets. We used to travel 2-3 hours to go to a game. And sometimes the buzz in playing football and appreciating what the travel is worth the weight in gold, really.
That is very true. I mean, and I can echo that and echo what you say. I mean, just off my own, I don't know if there's any Stepney players watching, but I can remember taking them, and we travel on a Saturday morning to play in the combined youth league, and we do public transport, buses and tubes, to travel all the way down to Clapham Common and Wandsworth, up to Muswell Hill to go and play our games. And so I know it's great when I hear that you've got players in your team that are committed, they're dedicated, they love their football and they want to do that, and it's a credit to you. And that only leads me to ask then, what you need is a credible sponsor now to get your minibus.
Yes, I mean, as I said, if anyone's out there would like to sponsor us, let us know. We are looking for us. But as I said, we are all self-funded club. All the boys put their hand, and we, as a secretary, I try to find additional funding from the likes of Football Foundation. We used the Grow the Game grant sort of to kickstart the season up.
I'm sure there are some deep pockets in Camden and Westminster.
I hope so, yeah.
Unless Tigers have obviously taken those slots.
Well,
Food for thought there. Listen, Hassan, listen, thank you very much for coming in this evening and spending the complete entire show with us. Well done to you boys, well done to West End. Good luck to you, whatever you guys do in the summer, and we're looking forward to seeing you in the new season. Unfortunately, our time is up, and that has been our show for this week. My thanks, as always, to everybody up here on the panel. My thanks to everybody behind the scenes who you never get to see. Maybe one day we'll get them to come up here and wave at you. My thanks, as always, to you guys for watching. We are almost there, but not quite. Still a few weeks to go of this season, and then we kickstart all of the tournaments. So until then, wherever you are and whatever you're doing, I wish you good night. Good night.